decision maker line, Caiden Cowger. Caden is a 15-year-old conservative radio talk show host. 15, conservative radio talk show host, has his own radio program, Caiden Cowger program. You can find out more about him at Caiden Cowger. That's C-A-I-D-E-N. Cowger is C-O-W-G-E-R. Caiden Cowger program.com. Caiden, welcome to Focal Point with Brian Fisher.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be on.
Well, you bet. And Caiden was kind enough to invite me on as a guest on his program some time ago, and so I am returning the favor. And Caiden, I got to tell you, Jeff, my producer, was saying this is the first time he's ever had to schedule an interview with a guest after school but before baseball practice. So It sounds like you're a busy guy.
Yeah. I've got politics on the side, and then, I've got baseball on the side, and then I do a political radio show and run a news website as well. So, yeah, I do quite a bit.
So you're just 15, and you've got this conservative radio talk show program going. You've got a number of stations that carry your programming and all that kind of thing. Obviously very busy. You got school going on. You got baseball. What position do you play, by the way?
I normally play first base, and right now we're sort of looking at which positions we're going to be playing this year.
Okay.
We're going through practice right now. So
good enough. Well, Caiden, tell me, how did you develop a conservative kind of political philosophy that you are prepared to defend on the airwaves? How'd that come about?
Well, quite truthfully, I've been interested in politics since I was at the age of 6 years old. Back during the Bush versus Kerry election, for some reason I was always fascinated with the debates. I love the debates. And I used to, I remember going into my living room with my great-grandmother. She was the only Democrat in the family. And we used to go back and forth and debate each other like we were running for president. And that was just something that I did when I was little. And then when I got older, in the 2008 election, I started paying attention to the issues more. I've always, for some reason, I've always been interested in politics and in history. But in 2008, that's when I started to really look at the issues. I started to develop my political opinions. And quite truthfully, I just found more that I had in common with the Republican candidate than I did with the Democratic candidate. Of course, I've been a Christian, mainly the majority part of my life. And I just really didn't find anything that I had much in common with Barack Obama. So I supported John McCain. Now I'm finding out I don't have much in common with him either.
Join the club.
I'm too conservative for him. But it really started then. And then when President Obama was inaugurated, became president, I started looking at what he was doing to the country. 2010, I really started getting interested. I helped out the John Racy campaign here in West Virginia, actually this year, but I was last year, 2012. But 2010, I attended a couple of his campaign events. I started getting really interested when I started to discover what the Democratic-led Congress was doing, including the president, to our country. I mean, we saw the stimulus package in 2009, and the Democrats said, we passed this stimulus package, and all of our troubles will go away, and then we end up finding out that it cost the American people $4.1 million per job. That's failure. That is absolutely, it completely failed the United States economy.
Now,
just looking at the facts, you can easily come to the conclusion that conservatism works.
Now, how did you decide to launch a radio outreach? What kind of prompted you to do that? And then, just kind of from a technological standpoint, how did you go about starting your own conservative talk radio program?
Well, originally, what happened was after 2010. I saw all of the success that the Tea Party had in getting elected representatives in Congress, and that really started to trigger an involvement for me. But and actually, to be honest, when Glenn Beck was on Fox News, I used to I watch him every day at 5 o'clock, and I used to hear him say, "We need to get the youth involved. The youth in America needs to rise up. Conservative youth in America needs to rise up." it sort of that sort of directed me a little bit to look into getting involved. But I started to watch or listen to Rush Limbaugh, and I'd been listening to him since 2009. And I was listening to him one day, and I just got the idea, might as well start doing radio, look into that. So I found a way to get involved on the Internet by doing Internet radio. And since I was 12, I've been doing radio every Wednesday and Friday.
You know, and I think when I came on your program, Caden, you were 14. Now you're 15. In fact,
Yeah,
I sent out a tweet this morning letting people know you're going to be on the program, and identified you as a 14-year-old conservative talk radio host. And somebody who's on my Twitter feed corrected me, said, no, he's 15. So you've been doing this since you were 12. How do your folks feel about your involvement getting this kind of radio thing off the ground? How do they feel about it?
Well, they're very supportive of me. They share many of my beliefs, of course. But a lot of something that some people wonder is because I get a lot of attacks for being a young conservative, especially for being a young conservative.
Well, in fact, let me interject here, Caden. Let me interject because I want our folks to get an example of how you, and this happened when you were 14 years old. Bill Maher came after you. We've got some sound from that. There was so many expletives we had to kind of bleep out of this for broadcast use on a family network that I had Jeff cut this thing up. But Caden, you're 14, and let's listen to Bill Maher coming after you, attacking you as a 14-year-old young conservative. And I want to get your reaction after we listen to this to being attacked by Bill Maher. Let's listen.
If a 14-year-old can deliver your message, it's not because he's gifted, it's because intellectually you're a child. This is Caiden Cowger, a 14-year-old conservative who has his own radio show and who made a splash this month for his ability to sound just like his older rivals on AM radio. You'll notice that the left doesn't have any teen prodigies. You're not going to find a 14-year-old who can do Rachel's show. But to do Hannity or Rush, it's a very simple procedure. Step one, be a giant. I'm not trying to slam these kids because, look, being an is totally understandable when you're 14. Maybe you should rethink that's coming out of your mouth. There's no ideology here. It's just about being a
You know, it's amazing to me, Caden. You know, here's an adult, and supposed to all be about diversity. It's supposed to be all about anti-bullying. Can't bully, can't push people around. Kids are killing themselves every day because they get intimidated and pushed around for their sexual orientation. But he has no hesitation coming after you as a 14-year-old, calling you all sorts of vulgar, obscene names. So let me ask you this: how did it feel to become the object of an attack from somebody like Bill Maher?
Well, quite truthfully, because before Bill Maher made any statements against me, I was already getting attacks from the Huffington Post, TMZ.com, UK Daily Mail, and several other liberal news outlets. But when Bill Maher did that, I was sort of already starting to get a little bit used to it, but that was it didn't help. I'll put it that way, because I started getting a lot more liberals attacking me after that who watched Bill Maher's show. But hearing statements like that, and then he sort of goes after my age, he's completely immature. So, and
I'll tell you, Caden, the guy that's acting like a child here is Bill Maher. You're the ones that's acting like an adult.
Right, and resulting to vulgar language like that, attacking I must say, a teenager. That's quite truthfully, that's absolutely ridiculous. And I look at it this way, because he was saying you're never going to find a teenager who can do a Rachel show, referring to Rachel Maddow, who was also on the roundtable discussion. But you're absolutely right. You're never going to be able to find a teenager who can do Rachel Maddow's show or even Bill Maher's show, because many teenagers, I must say, have common sense that many members of the liberal left don't have.
You know, it reminds me of something. I think it was George Bernard Shaw said it. I don't even remember what he was talking about, but he said that, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said that is, there's so much bilge in that only somebody who was highly educated, he didn't say highly intelligent, Only somebody who was highly educated could believe such swill and such bilge. So that may be one of the reasons they got to go to some kind of indoctrination camp before they could do a program as Looney Tunes as Rachel Maddow.
Right. I mean, number one, who would want to do Rachel's show? I mean, she doesn't get many viewers, if I remember correctly.
No, she doesn't.
But it really just, he was making himself look very immature, childish, and he wasn't at any position to criticize a teenager when he acts like a 5-year-old.
Well, Kaden, I want to tell you it's a real credit to you that you've got enough. You're representing a threat to them. You're 15 years old, representing a threat to liberal elites. Good on you for that. Congratulations for that. Just got 15 seconds, Kaden. We've had other young conservative stars who defected to the liberal side. Are you going to do that, or are you going to remain true to your principles?
Absolutely not. The main reason why I got involved was to increase the popularity of conservatism, not myself.
All right. Our guest, Caiden Cowger. Go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. Kaden, thanks for taking time to be with us, and God bless you, my friend. You got a very bright future. Stay true to your principles. Focal Point, AFR Talk. Back in 2.